in our historic journey of national transformation. The event by itself is extraordinary, and the venue is significant in a couple of critical ways. The commissioning of MV Uhuru 2 is another encouraging achievement which demonstrates the rapid maturity of this sector and of our national shipbuilding industry, and highlights its dynamic capacity to undertake different important assignments and deliver various types of vessels in this emerging space. In May, I presided over the rededication of KNS Kenya Navy ship Shupavu, the first naval ship to undergo a midlife refit in Kenya, which proved the capacity of Kenya shipyards to undertake complex engineering tasks requiring specialized scientific and technological expertise. Today, we are commissioning a wholly newly built merchant marine vessel, once again demonstrating the ability of the Kenya shipyards to build, repair, and maintain ships for local, regional, and possibly international operators. The work of building MV Uhuru 2 and upgrading the Kisumu shipyard has been undertaken by Kenyan professionals in a project which provided many young people with practical shipbuilding skills through apprenticeship and on-the-job training, and was completed within 24 months, and well within its budget. I must congratulate my predecessor, President Uhuru Kenyatta, for his foresight in coming up with this shipyard refurbishment. When one morning he asked me for us to visit Kisumu and see what the military could do, when we came here, it was a heap of dirt, wreckage, and old buildings. To see what we are seeing here today is phenomenal. And I must say, both President Uhuru Kenyatta and the leadership of our military, with a lot of foresight, drove this program to where we are today. When I took over office, it is among the first decisions I had to make when the leadership of the military asked me directly whether this project should continue and whether it was a priority of the new administration. And I confirmed to them that it should just not continue, that it should be accelerated. For these remarkable feats, I commend the entire Kenya Shipyards team for once again exhibiting admirable professionalism and the highest standard of skillful work. I am proud to note that the Kenya Shipyards is quickly emerging as a leader in high-quality shipbuilding for our local and regional needs. Consequently, the Kenya Shipyards have been contracted to repair and maintain ships for government ministries, departments, and agencies, including the Kenya Coast Guard Services, the Kenya Ports Authority, the Kenya Maritime Authority, the Kenya Marine Fisheries Research Institute, and private operators in the Indian Ocean coast, as well as this Lake Victoria. There is no doubt, therefore, that the Kenya Shipyards is emerging as a center of shipbuilding and maritime excellence and is poised to become Kenya's strategic anchor in the development of our blue economy and all the resources associated with it. This event is therefore important as a critical component of the national agenda to catalyze the growth of the blue economy by channeling technology as well as local and foreign direct investment into a diverse industrial ecosystem with distinct clusters assembled around shipbuilding. To the extent that our bottom-up economic transformation agenda recognizes the blue economy as a vital component of a sustainable national economic growth strategy, shipbuilding occupies an essential place in national development. The place where this event takes place is also highly important. We can all agree today that the Nyanza region is going to play a leading role in the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, not only because it typifies our national potential as a country, but also because it is endowed with the capacity to make unique contributions to growth and development. The region is an undisputed leader in the production of crops like cotton, rice, oilseed, sorghum, sweet potatoes, and its famous crop sugar. We have invested in mechanization and extension services together with the revival of irrigation projects. Just 2 weeks ago, the cabinet made a decision to contract another $40 million facility that would help expand the Lower Nzoia facility that covers both Siaya and Busia to extend an extra 20,000 acres of rice growing under irrigation in the two counties. We all invested in mechanization, as I said, and extension services together with the revival of irrigation projects and collaborating with county governments to support farmers through the provision of subsidized inputs. Yesterday, again, I was in Migori, and I did explain to Kenyans in Migori that next year we will equally be expanding the Lower Kuja irrigation program from the current 5,000 acres to 19,000 acres in the program that we have for next year. Again, to expand our production of rice in Kenya that currently we have very serious deficit. And in fact, it is draining most of our foreign exchange earnings. This is why we are confident that an economic renaissance powered by agro-industrial revival is underway in the region. This will certainly lead to a renewed vibrancy of our ancient lakeside market, Kisumu or Osumo, where the communities of our region gathered to conduct barter trade of highly needed commodities. I was telling Professor Anyang' Nyong'o that the word Osumo, which means exchange of products and goods, barter trade in essence, means the same thing for the communities in this region. Kisumu means the same thing as Osumo. Kisumu in the Kalenjin language and Osumo in the language of this region. So we're all, it's quite an experience. Kisumu has not just been a center of activity for local communities, it has also served as a key regional port city which drives and is driven by activities within the Lake Victoria, the heartbeat of our East African region. Lake Victoria plays a primary role in our region's blue economy in terms of fisheries and the provision of vital transportation links between Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, keeping our regional community cohesive and in motion. Through its shipbuilding, maintenance, and operations capacity, the Kisumu shipyard is set to provide indispensable support for regional economic takeoff of the Lake Victoria Basin by facilitating fisheries and maritime transport. By driving the regional economy around the Lake Victoria, the shipyards will therefore contribute to regional integration and the economic transformation of our region. Again, with our Ministry of Blue Economy, along this Lake Victoria from Busia all the way to Migori, we are establishing infrastructure, fishing infrastructure, landing sites along this lake region. 2 landing sites in Busia, 2 landing sites in Siaya, 2 landing sites here in Kisumu, in a place called Asat, and in a place called Ogolla here in Kisumu, 2 landing sites in Homa Bay, and another 2 landing sites in Migori, including in a place called Sori, where I visited sometime in the past. And this fishing infrastructure, complete with landing sites, cold rooms, common user facilities for processing, will not only enhance the economic activity around fishing in this region, but it will also add to our pool of opportunities, both for commerce and for jobs, and significantly contribute to our food security by making sure that we have more food from the resource we have in Lake Victoria. I encourage all county governments within the Lake Victoria Basin to identify and develop economic opportunities directly and indirectly arising from the shipyard activities and related infrastructure. As we go forward, I encourage the National Treasury and the National Shipyards to explore a public-private partnership model that will expand the shipyard's capital base and enhance its capacity to undertake larger commercial ventures in order to make a stronger contribution to national revenues, to create more job opportunities for our young people, and to transfer more skills and competencies, and also enable big companies to work with us in technology.